Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. I'm just kidding, I'm not the Slingshot channel. Welcome to Sterlingshire Homestead. And we are all about shingles today. This is load 1 of 2. There's a gentleman that lives close by, owns a barn, was getting rid of a bunch of shingles, $2 a bundle. Normally at Menards, on the cheap end, they're $18 on like Ray's List. So we've got probably about 35 bundles here. Including about the 5 or 6 that I've got in my car. And then I'm going back for another load of 2 pallets the same exact size as this. So somewhere in the neighborhood of about 50 or 60 bundles. I'll count them all up and get them labeled here a little bit too. So I'll put them on pallets back behind the shipping container, so at least they're partially protected from the rain. The biggest thing is that they're protected from the sun, and this is a perfect place for that. So they'll get the morning sun, but it'll be blocked by this tree. And they'll get some of the right up midday sun, but that's okay because the top shingles will absorb most of that and the ones underneath should be good yet. So we'll get this all squared away. I'm gonna try and level this out so they kind of drain away from the shed, but we'll count all the bundles. I'll tell you how many I got for $100. They're not actually $2 a bundle, they're $100 for just all of the ones this guy had. So they look like they're the same reveal, they look like they're all the same size, which is great. So hopefully we can use these for a project very soon. But it's always good to keep an eye out, especially if you're a homesteader, for just good material prices. I mean, even if we build our own shed or our own barn or our own whatever, we've got shingles for days now. This is enough to do probably a solid, I don't know, 20 by 20 roof span, just with the amount of shingles I've got here. So that's good. We'll have them as a resource, and because they're shingles, they can sit outside on top of one another till we need them. So I'll get these all unloaded and tell you how many were in our first bundle here, or our first load. Okay, we're back. It took me about 20 minutes, but I got them all stacked up with the nice ones on one side and the ones that are a little iffy on the other side. So right here we've got mostly full bundles. This carriage house on the top that's probably about 5 shingles in it, but they're all still nice. We've got 12 bundles on the bottom of this kind here, all in package, Country Mansion 2 Lifetime Designer shingles. So if we bought those same things from Menards, it'd be about 20 bucks a piece. So if we've got 12 of them, we've got about 220 bucks ish. So 240 bucks actually, if I did that math right. I still don't even know if I did that right. And then in the carriage house, we've got another 5, which is about the same thing. So this pallet's probably pushing about 300 bucks, even though some of these bundles are open. This pallet over here has got 3 just like miscellaneous ones, a timber blind, another one, I can't read that right now, and then one below it that were mostly full. And then the rest of these are kind of just, excuse me, Anna, just a mishmash here of a bunch of different ones. Some are decent, some are iffy, some have holes, some are cracked. Like you can see some of these, like this one's got a rip off of it, this one's got a rip off of it, but that doesn't matter. The stuff that's in this other pile is just a bonus to what we got here. I'm paying $100 for this, and I've already got $300 worth of material right here that's usable. So the hope is on our next load, those are some of the other ones at the next load are going to be good ones too, because I split the load half and half. So we'll get another pile about this size, and hopefully have just as many good ones on that one to make about a $500–600 investment return here, just in material. Overall, bundles wise, because I have to estimate, since those weren't all in bundles over here, I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of about 40-ish bundles just here alone. This here is already 16, so another 16 plus a little bit, so I'd say about 30-ish here, and he's got another about 30 waiting for me, so I'd say about 60 bundles total. And whatever I use them for, I use them for. And Anna, do not bite the jalapeno sky raisins, please. She's trying to eat bees. Well, I better deal with that. Well, we'll see you guys in a bit once we get the rest of these here. Well, as the sun is beginning to set, we got our second load of shingles. You can see all the shingle dust that's still kind of like on the trailer, especially in the corners. A lot right there too. But got all our shingles, sorted them into 2 pallets for the most part. There's a pallet on the left here that's kind of like the seconds and the semi-broke ones and the ones that aren't so great. And then there's this pallet on the right, which is like 90% full bundles, minus some ridge cap shingles, which are here and on the top right there. We just took the pallets and set them up to get them out of the way for now. I want to find a spot for those probably tomorrow. But all in all, usable full bundles. So if we count from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, about 9 on that stack, 10. 8, 9, 10 on that stack. And these stacks are pretty equal, so 20, 30. And if this is the equal spot, we've got another 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, about 38 full bundles of miscellaneous colors that are all ready to be used. So this is exciting. We'll take some time to tidy these up. There's a little bit of a space here right now. I'd like to take a board or something and pull that back over so it's a little more flat. Same with these ones on the left. But totally worth the $100 we paid to get that many bundles of shingles for such a cheap price. Like, that's just insanity. And lots of these, like you can see, from here up to here is all slate line. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bundles of, quote, lifetime slate line shingles. And this line here, you can see the thing here, they're timberline, and it's the same thing. We've got 6 bundles of timberline. Or like on the bottom, we've got 5 bundles of whatever that kind is. At the very bottom, we've got 12 bundles of all the same kind. So like 6 or more of each one of these kinds, which is nice. So a lot of them, a square. For those of you who don't know what a square is 100 square feet. And usually about 5 bundles to a square, depending on what your reveal of the shingle or the colored part of the shingle is. So we've got probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 500 square feet here of shingle, which is great, which means I could do a 12 by 12 house or a 12 by 12 shed with these real easy, because it's only 144 square feet, which is great. So we've got enough here to probably do a 20 by 20 area, and I think what we'll do is eventually like make a gazebo or something with these up the hill somewhere. So I know it was kind of a boring episode today, but acquiring materials is always important. It just goes to show that if you keep a lookout constantly for cheap building materials, you can find them, but when you find them, you got to go get them right away. So the fact that we've got this many good full bundles of shingles is excellent. Well, all right, from Isaac here at Sterlingshire Homestead, signing off for now. See you next time.